Our second stop of CES 2024 is here in the Thermaltake suite. They have a new line of blue cases to celebrate their 25th anniversary, as well as some other stuff, a racing simulator, new cases, new fans, power supplies, all kinds of stuff. Let's go take a look. Looking to grab Windows at a crazy discount? Head over to scdkey.com at the links below and use promo code BPS25 at checkout to score a sweet deal on Windows 10, Windows 11, and Microsoft Office. Once you've completed your purchase, just click over to your user center, hit the green button to view your code, copy and paste it into your Windows activation settings, and away you go. Check out SCD Key at the links in the video description for Windows, Office, games, and more. All right, so it is Thermaltake's 25th anniversary this year, and they are celebrating that with a whole line of blue products. This is Hydrangea Blue line, and you can see they have new case. This is their Tower 300. This is their CTE E600, and this is their Series 330TG. Now we're going to take a look at all these in a little more detail in a second, but you can see that they all come in this really cool hydrangea blue color. Thermaltake said that they might continue on with this color beyond this year, but this 25 branding is going to be specific to just 2024. So they are celebrating that on almost all of their products. I think it's a really pretty unique color, especially for the PC space. You don't often see this color, this shade of blue on any product. So I'm glad that Thermaltake is experimenting with stuff like this. This is Thermaltake's new CTE E600 MX. Now this case comes in both black and white, and these panels are actually pretty unique on a fish tank style case. Mike's going to demo this for us, how these come off. So all of the case panels here just kind of pop off with these little pins. And it's completely toolless to remove almost every panel on this case. The front, the side, the top, it all comes off just really easily. So it's easy to service the case, to get in there, to do a build, and it just gives you easy access to basically everything in here. Now these cases, one of the biggest criticisms about a fish tank style case is that a lot of times people say, well, where's the air coming from? Thermaltake has solved this by providing both airflow and tempered glass panels in the box with this case. Now this is going to be $179. Again, you can get it in black or in white. It comes in this rotated motherboard orientation, but you have options for mounting your graphics card. Now, Mike, you said this is the floating option?
Correct.
Okay, so this is the floating option. You can see it does look kind of like it's floating. But then you have this orientation over here, and then you have a more traditional plug directly into the motherboard situation going on. Comes with this riser cable?
Correct.
Okay, so this is a Gen 4 cable?
This is a Gen 4 cable, comes with the bracket, the riser cable, and then the extra panels.
Okay.
Including a fan bracket for the front too, if you'd like to change that out and have some more intake.
And the mesh that's over there?
And same with the mesh. This is the filter for
Right.
the inner panel that we had separate.
Right.
It's just off for the show.
Sounds like a pretty decent deal. When is this coming?
This should be available next week, and I believe it's up for pre-order right now.
Available next week, pre-order right now. All right, thanks a lot, Mike. Next case that we're going to talk about is a variation on the Series 300. This is the 330. Now the difference here versus the regular 300 is that this case is compatible with the new kind of motherboards coming from Asus and MSI, where they have the inputs for the power and signal coming from the back of the case. You notice you don't see any cables here. That's because they're all plugged in around back. Now, these cases specifically need cutouts in the right spots to be able to pass all these cables through, and Thermaltake has been working with both MSI and Asus to make sure that all the cables go through in the right spots and the build ends up looking really clean. So once again, this is the same case basically as the Series 300, except it has those extra cutouts to allow you to build with these new motherboards. If you guys aren't necessarily into rectangular cases, well, Thermaltake's got something to say about that. As you'll notice here, that's an octagon. Now these cases are kind of a variation on the Tower series that they are known for. This is the Tower 300, and you notice that there are many different colors of this. So not only do you get this in that hydrangea blue that we talked about earlier, you get this in black or white or yellow or turquoise or racing green or matcha. Now, all these colors will be available soon. I think all of them are supposed to be out by February, with the black and the white coming first, and then these colors coming a little bit afterwards. So as with the CTE case that we just looked at before, these case panels also come off really easily, and Mike, because he's such a ham, is just going to get right in there and show us how it happens.
And do a bad job.
and do a terrible job of it. There you go. So again, you have that same kind of mechanism. You just push it in and they release these pins, and then all the case panels can pop off without any tools. So you got the sides, including the mesh side panels. They just pull right off.
Yep, pop right
They're all filtered.
Magnets, filter.
Magnets and a filter, look at that. And the top also just comes right off. And then this fan bracket up here, although it is secured with two screws on, one screw on each side, once they are unscrewed, this panel actually hinges up for access to the interior of the case. So this is where all your I/O is going to be, and this hinge allows you to get in there, plug stuff in, and then route it back through this pass-through back there. Now this case does not come with the screen, but you are going to have the option to do accessories like the screen or this stand. Now, Mike, when is this stand coming?
We should have the stand available in the next few months. I wait for an update on this one just to be sure.
Okay, but this is coming to market.
It is definitely coming
within
to market,
the next couple of
absolutely.
months. You should see this, so you can have this on your desk in this kind of an orientation, which is definitely something that's unique. Now, with these screens, you have the option to change the orientation. Is that correct?
Correct, and you can
Right.
go horizontal or vertical with it depending on the layout.
Right, so if you have this on your desk like this, you can make this a vertical screen, and then it doesn't look so funky. But this actually is a really cool idea, and again, you can see the top of this is a very unique shape. This is the micro ATX case, but it does support up to 420 millimeter radiators because of the height of the case, as well as full beefy graphics cards like you see right here. A market segment that's been growing recently is something that I am personally very into, and that is racing simulators. And this is Thermaltake's new simulator cockpit. This is the GR500 racing simulator cockpit. It's made of extruded aluminum along the bottom, and it comes with this stand here. Now, the monitor stand is sold separately, but the cockpit itself comes with the chair and an adjustable seat rail. This is $799. Now, the monitor stand is going to be separate. That's going to be $169. But on the monitor stand, you have 3 of their new monitors. These are Thermaltake monitors, the TGM V32CQ. These are 32-inch curved 1440p 170 hertz monitors. So these are coming soon from Thermaltake as well. And you could pair it very nicely with their new cockpit. Now, I was talking to Thermaltake about some flexibility options with this because on this side you have the shifter mount. Well, if you have 2 shifter mounts, one on this side and then maybe one on the other side, this could potentially be used as a flight simulator cockpit, not only racing. And they said that it is something they actually are considering, throwing an extra mount in the box so you could have mounts on both sides, use this for flight sim or racing or whatever you see fit. But $799 for the new GR500. And I'm glad to see other companies getting in on the sim racing trend, because more companies, more variety is always better. I've run out of things to say. And then the last thing we're going to talk about here today is the new power supply. This is the Tough Power SFX 1000. This is an 80 plus platinum rated 1000 watt itty bitty power supply. Now, Thermaltake did have an SFX power supply that was 1000 watts, but look at the size, and this is a gold rated unit versus a platinum rated unit, and this one is ATX 3.1 certified. So thank you very much to Thermaltake for showing us around their sweet CES 2024. More coming at you very soon from the channel. Stay tuned.